Good evening, everybody. It is 2 in the morning, and I almost forgot about Wicked Wheel Wednesday, so had to get out of bed and set everything up and hopefully knock this out and get some sleep. I always seem to be either forgetting to do it and then doing it the next day or doing it late. Not a good habit to get into, but here we are yet again. And let me just get right into it. Alright, I actually have it pulled up on my monitor because I was using it for a homework assignment. I have this big project that's due for my stat class. Look. Plus one juice. So pretty much for the stat class, they give you a large amount of data, and you have to determine whether like the data has a correlation with one another. So in this specific instance, it gives you it's gender and like how hard you work out and how often you work out. Like just your overall level of physical activity. So compare that and your gender and plus one, and you see you're supposed to use data to see whether it has an effect on what you're doing, and you have to use this massive program. Yeah, it's congrats on the jackpot, one mulligan. But yeah, the project is just really long and strenuous, and the thing is that we're not supposed to know exactly how to do it, and how to use the program. We just have to know how to interpret the results. So there's like a big list of all the steps that you need to take on how to do everything and what to input and what settings to turn on and turn off. And yeah, it's just a pain. X plus one parlay. So yeah, almost done with that. Just have to finish writing up a brief summary, and then I'm all good. And double dose for UFC. What else? Oh yeah, today I had a Popeye's chicken sandwich for the first time. You know, I wouldn't say it's like completely deserving of the hype because the hype is pretty ridiculous. But that sandwich is pretty good, extremely juicy, crispy, yummy. Definitely can't complain. And live bet voucher for TTA. Oh shoot, just take this one. Oh shoot, I forgot to take this out. Yeah, we're only doing one mulligan. So sorry for the tease, but I'm gonna have to redraw that one. That's plus 3 juice. Well, after I finished working today, got to watch some really good games of NBA basketball. I don't know what I was doing. Got to watch the Rockets game. I had bet a parlay that had the it was a teaser, and I had what did I have? So I had the Heat plus 5 because I was almost certain the Heat were gonna win, which they did, and so I got them, and then added 5 points. I don't know what I'm doing. Added 5 points to that, so that became plus 10. And I also bet on the Lakers, which were plus 2, and then that moved to plus 7, and that one as well. And then, last but not least, I wanted to find something to go along with it, and after looking at everything, I thought that the Rockets would be a good line. And for most of the game, it was looking like that was a very good choice. And they were playing very strong. They were up by a lot. and I wasn't even worried about them. In fact, I was more paying attention to the Heat game, just because it was a really good matchup. Um, but yeah, after the Heat game finished, we put on the Clippers game on the TV so we could watch Melo absolutely cash out. Um, and then we went to check the score of the Rockets game, and it turns out they were, I think, actually losing by 2. It was either at the end of the fourth quarter or at the end of the first overtime. I forget exactly what. And then I just remember being so annoyed after I saw that fourth quarter score. Like, the Rockets were up by like 20, and they just got completely outclassed in the fourth quarter. I think they only scored like 15, and then the Spurs scored 35, and they ended up winning in the second overtime. So that was pretty annoying. That busted what should have been a pretty good parlay. But weirdly enough, if you didn't see it, go watch the highlights from the. Wait. Did I give Spartan something already? Alright, now I'm playing a Dolph. I don't know. But in case I didn't, this is now yours. Congratulations. But yeah, if you go back and watch the Rockets game, there was one play where I think Harden stole the ball, and he was breaking away down the field, and then he goes to dunk the ball, and he dunks it through the hoop. But the thing is, it gets caught in the net, and then whips around the outside of the basket. So it goes through the top of the hoop, and it exits to the bottom of the net, but the net had flicked up, so then the ball ejected up, but not like through the rim, on the outside of the rim, but it looked like it had hit the rim, went in, rolled around, and then came out. And then apparently that's something that you can't challenge, so they got completely screwed out of that one. And those 2 points would have been very useful to give them an even bigger lead to not choke. But it is what it is. LBJ, 1 free live bet. TT0. X+1. Had a big relief today. So pretty much I'm in 3 head leagues and then 1 family league. Now 3 head leagues I all made the playoffs in, but the family league obviously is the one that I care about the most. Man, why am I picking so many live bets? But family league's the one I care about the most. It's not even because there's money involved. It's just the amount of pride and just the ability to poke fun at your family. You know, nothing better. But in that league, I had lost a really bad game a couple weeks ago when I picked Kyle Allen off the waivers, and then I also lost this past week because I picked up Sam Darnold off the waivers. So both of those moves completely screwed my team over and just really sucked. So I thought I was done, but apparently not. Apparently because I thought it was head-to-head as a tiebreaker, but I guess it's points scored. So that means that I need to win this week, and then one other guy needs to lose, and then I still have a chance. So made some moves for my defense. We're still rolling with Darnold at QB. Hopefully he doesn't let me down, and just really hoping to be able to pull that one out. But yeah, that's it for Wicked Wheel Wednesday, and take care.